Hello, welcome. It's just gone 9 p.m. here in Moscow. You're watching RT International. Now, the first Russian warplanes have returned home from Syria. Moscow is scaling back its presence in the country after Vladimir Putin announced that Russia's mission there was largely complete. The warplanes departed from Russia's airbase in Latakia province. They have been carrying out anti-terror missions in Syria since September. The Russian president says that the campaign has made possible the current peace process.
The effective work of our military forces allowed the peace process to begin. I think the task of Russia's defense ministry and the Russian troops is in general complete. With Russian military support, Syrian government troops and patriotic forces have changed the situation in the fight with international terrorism and have seized the initiative.
RT's Roman Kostarev has more now on the results of the Russian mission in Syria.
Russia is not ending its military presence in Syria completely. Large parts of the troops are being pulled out, but however, some troops are remaining there, particularly at the naval base in Tartus and the air base in Khmeimim in Latakia. Those two will continue to operate.
It's too soon to talk about a victory over terrorism. The ceasefire does not include ISIL, al-Nusra and other terrorist groups. Russia's air force has the task of continuing strikes against these targets.
This pullout was agreed with the Syrian government, and the country's president, Bashar Assad, already thanked the Russian military.
Russia's decision was a natural outcome of the successful ceasefire process aimed at clearing Syria of weapons, and it gives grounds for optimism and hope for a better future. This coordination between Russia and the US and between Russia and Syria to keep the ceasefire in place and reach a political settlement that will end the war in Syria.
Russia's air efforts are thought to have significantly reduced the might of terrorists and enabled the Syrian forces to advance against the various terrorist groups. There were over 9,000 sorties conducted from Khmeimim air base alone, where Russia had over 50 airplanes and helicopters. Also, Russia got a chance to use its state-of-the-art weaponry. And speaking of aircraft, one is a strategic bomber Tupolev 160, the heaviest combat aircraft that was ever built, and some call it Blackjack, but Russian pilots lovingly dubbed it as White Swan due to its shape. Now, another plane that was used is the supersonic, super maneuverable Sukhoi 35. Now, it's a 4++ generation aircraft that employs the technologies of the 5th generation, and it's considered to be more than a match for the most current generation of Western aircraft.